Now, just before the weather, some breaking news. The police have been called to Hemsby on the Norfolk coast after high tides and strong winds battered the coastline this afternoon. It's an area of the coast that's had more than its fair share of problems with erosion. Many houses have been lost to the sea or had to be demolished by the council. And tonight there are fears that a crucial access road is at risk of further collapse. Alex Dunlop has the latest for us. Alex.
Well, as you say, this is a stretch of coastline that is always hit by bad weather, and in the last year alone, about half a dozen homes have been lost to the sea. The last 24 hours, yet again, has been a really bruising time for this coastal community. Strong northwest winds have kicked off, and you can see from this footage taken this afternoon just how rough the weather has been all day. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with this stretch of coast, Hemsby is protected by very soft sandy cliffs, which, when the weather kicks off, have been eroding at a really alarming rate in the last few months. The local independent lifeboat team have been very worried about an access road which runs along the cliff edge to about 18 properties which are perched on those sand dunes. They're so worried that this afternoon they asked police to come in and ask local residents to move their cars from their properties to a safe car park nearby. Just after 5 o'clock this afternoon, when the last car was moved about 20 minutes later, the local road, that access road, collapsed into the sea. About 100 feet of that road has been taken away by the waves. Now, I've just come off the phone to the local lifeboat coxswain, who says that that access road is now pretty much gone, and the crucial thing is that is the only road that has access to those properties. It means there is no vehicle access to those properties, and people will have to come and go on foot. This is what Amanda Goffin said a few minutes ago.
The residents now, we're working alongside the emergency services so that we know that if they can get access to the properties, there is foot access, but as for fire engines, etc., nothing is getting along that road now. So we'd like to hope that residents perhaps will be moved if they are at high risk. Some of them are holiday homes, but a lot of them are still residential, and they live there full time, and it's just very, very sad.
And this is not over yet. All eyes are on the high water which comes in tomorrow morning.
Alex, thank you very much. Well, Dan is here. I mean, how bad has it been in Hemsby?
Yeah, there's an unofficial weather station in Hemsby, so I can't vouch for the accuracy of the data, but that weather station recorded gusts over 60 miles an hour this afternoon. So those strong winds, in conjunction with these big waves, this was encased this morning from one of our weather watchers, is causing all sorts of problems around the Norfolk coast.
On Look East tonight, emergency services are in the coastal town of Hemsby in Norfolk after a road near to the beach was lost to the sea. Good evening, I'm Angie George. Emergency crews will be working through the night in Hemsby after a combination of strong winds and a high tide saw the coastline battered from late afternoon. This evening it led to the collapse of a large section of access road at the Marrams, as you can see here. Now, this is how it looked earlier, and then just a few hours later a large section had gone. Earlier, local residents were asked to move their cars while the road was still intact. Now, though, there is no access for vehicles, meaning the only way in or out is on foot. Now, this was how it looked in Hemsby just a short time ago. The town is on part of the Norfolk coast, which has seen metres of its shoreline eroded and lost to the sea in recent months, as well as several homes which have had to be demolished before they fell over the cliff edge. What's happened there tonight, though, means the threat to residential properties is now very real.
I think this is pretty much catastrophic. And compared to other events, it was a little bit of road went, and without being funny about it, it was only 5 or 6 homes that were going to be affected. This collapse is much longer. It's probably 200 yards long now, and it's not allowed any movement to get down past it, whereas in the past, the road is cracked in half, so there's still some space to get down pedestrian-wise and help people get out. But tonight it's completely gone. And it was just, as I said, it was not predicted. And the storm, it's not been that bad a storm, but it just seems to have been the wrong direction at the wrong time at an already very weakened dune structure. And it's just caused catastrophic failure tonight.
Now, we'll bring you more on this across the weekend, of course, and there's lots more about it online on the BBC News website. That's bbc.co.uk/Norfolk. That's all from us tonight. We're back tomorrow at 5:30. Do have a very good night. Bye-bye.